Before we dive into round 2, let's revisit all the Pixar-sided highlights from round 1 of our Disney-verse Pixar movie bracket.
WALL-E is a great movie, and it's all about this robot who's on Earth cleaning up the environment because at this time Earth is just trashed. And this little guy, WALL-E, is the only one left out of all the robots that were cleaning up the Earth. And he still does his job every day. And then he goes back and he collects little items, and he has like sort of like a shack of a house thing, and his life is pretty much the same every day. He has a little bug that follows him around. And then there comes Eve. Eve is a probe sent to Earth, and she is looking for any sign of life to see if humanity can come back and live on Earth. WALL-E immediately has a crush on Eve, and it is super cute to see the two robots. And Eve is on the hunt for the sign of life. I'm not sure she cares very much about WALL-E at first at all. So during their adventures, we see the importance of keeping the environment clean, because this is what Earth is going to be if we don't. We also see the love story between WALL-E and Eve, and we just see humanity at part of its worst, and hopefully will become better. In Toy Story 2, we see Woody get kidnapped, and unfortunately, he's going to end up in a museum if his friends don't do something soon. This story is all about adventure, friendship, and Woody being in a position where he's got to choose between the life and the friends he loved and the new characters that he's just met and that are from the TV show in which Woody was made from, or Woody was inspired from. Not sure how that works. But anyway, he's got a tough choice ahead of him. And this movie follows Woody and his friends in a very unique adventure. I love it. Let's talk about the music. Both movies are fantastically done with their music. I actually will say sincerely I enjoy the music from Toy Story 2. They did a fantastic job. The music is by Randy Newman, and he captures this music fantastic. He has classics such as When She Loved Me, and the song is poignant and touching, and throughout the movie, the music is just perfect for the storyline. Disney, Pixar, you nailed it on the head. In WALL-E, we hear some music from a very popular movie, Hello Dolly, Put Your Sunday Best On. I love that song. It brings me right back to wanting to watch Hello Dolly, which I end up doing almost every time I watch WALL-E. Then I gotta watch Hello Dolly because of the music. It inspires you to watch something else. It's so great and so nostalgic. Cannot say that word. Well, the music is fantastic, and the music is by Thomas Newman, and he does a fantastic job in WALL-E. I love the music. I will have to give it to Toy Story, though, because of the originality in their music, fantastically made for their movie, where WALL-E brings us back more nostalgia. So, both great, both wonderful. Toy Story does have a little bit of a lead, though, because it is original. So, gotta give it to them there. See, I'm giving Toy Story a fair shot here this time, I guess. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Let's talk about the animation style. Both movies are Pixar movies, so they're of course fantastic. WALL-E showcases Pixar's advancements in animation technology with stunning visuals and detailed in environment. This film's animated styles is more realistic, especially in the space kind of area when they're up in the ship. I don't know how to say that. But when they're up in the ship and the Earth stuff, they did a fantastic job making this very realistic. Toy Story maintained the vibrant and colorful animation style of the original Toy Story. Not as advanced, I would say, as WALL-E. Great colors, great job. Of course, Pixar shows up for every one of their movies. But I would say WALL-E, on the other hand, is a little bit more prone to detail. I don't know if it's just technology because it's just a couple years older, so it has a little bit more advancements. But I would give them honestly, they got a little bit more in their animation than Toy Story. Maybe the next Toy Story will catch up to WALL-E in the technology. But for now, when we're comparing Toy Story 2 to WALL-E, I gotta give it to WALL-E on this one. Comparing both stories. Both stories are really unique. I love in WALL-E we see the caring for the environment, the responsibility, the love story between WALL-E and Eve. We even see in space how people are kind of lazy, but then they learn the joy of responsibility of walking around on their own 2 feet. So I love that storyline too. In Toy Story, we see what Toy Story is known for, the friendship. And I love that Woody not only cares about the friends he's had right along, but he cares about these new toys that he met, bringing in these new characters. And I love that Toy Story builds on those friendships and really makes us care about these brand new characters we just met. So both movies are beautifully made with their storylines, both very unique and very different. So if you're in for a love story, I would say WALL-E and Eve. If you're in for the friendship, Toy Story's got it. So it depends what you're in the mood for. In conclusion, both movies are fantastically made. See, I said it, Kathleen. Both are fantastically made. And I even wore the Toy Story hat because it was such a great movie. And both movies are iconic and stunning.
Welcome back to Disney vs. Pixar's Movie Bracket series. Today we're diving into the second showdown on our Pixar side of the bracket. It's a battle between superhero family The Incredibles from 2004 and the charming collection of short films Collection 1 from 2007. Both films have their unique flair and storytelling magic, and we'll get into each film on its own and then compare them to each other to find out which one wins your heart and moves on to the next round. Let's get into the movie. Incredibles is a thrilling adventure that follows the Parr family, which is Mr. Incredible and Elastigirl and the 3 kids that are forced to live a quiet suburban life. When a new villain emerges, they must come together to save the world. This film is packed with action, humor, and heartwarming family dynamics, making it a timeless classic in the Pixar lineup. Pixar Short Films from 2007 is a delightful collection of animated shorts that showcase the studio's creativity and storytelling prowess. These shorts include fan favorites like Lifted and Presto, offering a variety of styles, each with its own charm and humor. The Incredibles is a dynamic blend of action, humor, and family values. The film's key elements include a compelling narrative that follows the Parr family, a group of superheroes forced to live undercover. The plot thickens as they come together to battle a new villain, showcasing themes of family unity and self-discovery. Each family member has distinct powers and personalities, from Mr. Incredible's super strength to Violet's invisibility or Dash's super speed, and the baby Jack Jack, who's still discovering his powers. These characters are relatable and add depth to their story. And lastly, the film's animation is top notch, with detailed action sequences and a vibrant color palette that brings the superhero world to life. Pixar Short Films from 2007 is a collection that highlights the studio's creativity and innovation. Each short film offers a unique story and a style, demonstrating Pixar's ability to convey powerful emotions in a brief format. The key element of these shorts include their diverse storytelling techniques, with each short film telling a unique story. These short films highlight Pixar's ability to convey powerful emotions in a brief time frame. Their emotional range. Despite the short duration, these films evoke a wide range of emotions, from laughter to tears, showcasing Pixar's storytelling prowess. And their ability to engage audiences without relying heavily on dialogue. The animation styles vary, providing a fresh visual experience with each short, and the creativity in storytelling is a testament to Pixar's imaginative spirit. For example, Tin Toy and Jerry's Game, no words are spoken at all. In addition, there are other ones where no words are spoken, and still, you're drawn in. Now that we've talked about each film on its own, we'll look at how these films differ from each other in storytelling, animation, and the emotional impact. Because after all, it is Pixar. It's going to be emotional. The Incredibles offers a rich narrative that combines superhero action with family dynamics. The story follows the Parr family as they navigate the challenges of living undercover while embracing their superpowers. The film's plot is engaging with well-developed characters and a compelling villain in Syndrome. On the other hand, Pixar Short Films Collection 1 presents a variety of stories, each with its own charm and impact. While the shorts lack a cohesive narrative, they showcase Pixar's storytelling prowess through concise and impactful tales. In terms of animation, The Incredibles features stunning visuals and effects that still hold up today. The film's animation is dynamic, capturing the action-packed sequences and the unique abilities of each character. Meanwhile, Pixar Short Films Collection 1 offers a diverse range of animation styles, reflecting the studio's early creative experiments, from the iconic bouncing lamp in Luxo Jr. to the playful antics of Tin Toy. The shorts highlight Pixar's innovation and evolution in animation. Basically, Pixar Shorts is why The Incredibles existed. The Incredibles delivers an emotional punch through its exploration of family bonds and the importance of embracing one's true self. The film resonates with audiences by balancing humor. Edna Mode is just the funniest character in the world. Action and heartfelt moments. In contrast, Pixar Short Films Collection 1 evokes a range of emotions through its varied stories. Each short film, though brief, manages to connect viewers on an emotional level, whether it's the nostalgic knick-knack or the whimsy for the birds. They pull you in, and each movie is very short, but they still manage to get you emotionally involved in the films. Now it's your turn to decide which film's key elements resonate more with you. Is it the action-packed, family-centric adventures of The Incredibles, or the creative, emotional storytelling of Pixar short films?
First up, let's talk about one of my favorite movies, Monsters University. This takes us back to when Mike Lewinsky, never going to get their names right, Mike and James P. Sullivan, it's when they met. It's a prequel to Monsters Incorporated. We get to see the duo in their college years, and we get to learn how they became the inseparable duo that we know and love today. This film is filled with humor, heart, and a lot of life lessons about friendship and perseverance. So I love watching how they met and how they didn't get along at first. Who would have thought?
Monsters University!
You late on the first day? James P. Sullivan.
Mike Wazowski. Well, now that we've been introduced... You don't think I'm scary.
You're not even in the same league with me. Your heads are as big as my face.
I'm gonna scare circles around you this year.
You gotta be kidding me.
The answer is C. A bowl of spiders. Correct.
I'm gonna wipe the floor with that little know-it-all.
Scariness is the true measure of a monster.
Open the door! What are you doing up there? Mom, go!
Seatbelt! Anyone want gum?
Just drive!
Let's switch gears and talk about one of my sister's favorite movies, Toy Story 4. We continue with the adventures of Woody and Buzz Lightyear and the rest of the Toy Story gang. This time, we're on a road trip with Bonnie. We get to meet her new toy, Forky. The film introduces us to other new characters, including Bo Peep. Now, I do love Bo Peep, okay? I can't help that one. This movie explores the theme of belonging and letting things go. Woody and Buzz Lightyear are learning to let things go. Should be interesting. It has a powerful message, and I do like the message it has about finding one's purpose and embracing change. So that's cool. I think all kids need to learn it. Pixar does a good job with that.
No, she literally made a new friend. Forky! Hi. We all have to make sure nothing happens to him.
I am not a toy. I was made for soup, salad, maybe chili, and then the trash.
Bonnie's toy. You are going to help create happy memories that will last for the rest of her life. Bo? Forky, come on.
Gabby.
We can't stay.
Yes, you can.
Bo! What are you doing here?
No time to explain. Come with me.
We need to get back to our kid.
Aw, Sheriff Woody, always coming to the rescue.
Wow. Woody, aren't we going to Bonnie?
What would Woody do?
Jump out of a moving vehicle?
Let's go!
Yeah, you gotta go.
You know, you've handled this lost toy life better than I could.
Bonnie, I'm coming!
On my way, Woody! To infinity and beyond! Kaboom!
I was made to help a child.
Now let's compare these films' music, style, and story. First, the music. Monsters University features a lively and upbeat soundtrack that perfectly captures the college atmosphere. The music, composed by Randy Newman, adds a playful and energetic vibe to the film, enhancing the comedic and adventurous moments. On the other hand, Toy Story 4 offers a more emotional and nostalgic musical experience. With Randy Newman returning as the composer, the film's score beautifully complements the heartfelt and introspective journey of Woody and his friends. So, despite the fact that both films were composed by Randy Newman, they're very different. In terms of style, Monsters University showcases a vibrant and colorful animation that brings the monster world to life. The film's design is rich in detail, with imaginative character designs and a lively campus setting. Toy Story 4, however, takes an animation to a new level with its stunning visuals and realistic textures. The film's attention to detail is remarkable, from the intricate designs of the toys to the breathtaking landscapes, making it a visual masterpiece. Monsters University tells the story of friendship, teamwork, and self-discovery. It explores the early days of Mike and Sully's relationship, highlighting the importance of embracing differences and working together to achieve success. In contrast, Toy Story 4 delves into the themes of identity, belonging, and letting go. The film follows Woody as he navigates a new chapter in his life, ultimately finding his purpose and embracing change.
I want to talk about the overall look at Monsters University. I love this film. I love that we see Mike and Sully go from rivals, which I was really shocked about the first time I saw the movie because I always just assumed they were best friends at first sight. But that was definitely not the story. They were rivals who messed up and got stuck together and had to figure out how to be friends, and then they learned how to actually like each other, learned how to work together. They learned to, I don't want to say take advantage of each other's strengths, but they learned to bring out each other's strengths in different ways. I loved Sully's growth through this movie because in the beginning, Sully is my absolute favorite character in Monsters Incorporated. But at the beginning of this movie, I really didn't like him. But we see his growth as a character, and he becomes the Sully we love. And a lot of that is through Pixar's storytelling. We really see the growth of Sully, and we see the different challenges they have about how they become a team. I love the other characters in this movie and how they bring out the best in each other. The animation in Pixar movies just can't be beat. I mean, they really bring out the school. They make the school come to life. They make all the characters come to life. It really feels like a real campus you're on with them. So that's really cool. The emotional impact, I don't think it was like a deep story. I think it was really a fun story. It was lighthearted. It's really just fun to sit back and enjoy. So not their deepest impact story, but really fun. All right, let's talk about Toy Story. This installment adds new layers to the beloved franchise, exploring themes of identity and belonging. The storytelling, I think they did a really good job with balancing the humor, the emotions. They provide satisfying conclusion to Woody's journey. It did introduce us to the new character, Forky, which I'm still not happy about the name, who adds a fresh dynamic to the story, though. I do think a good character. I just wish come up with a different name. The animation, well, come on. Pixar it's breathtaking. Everything they do is breathtaking. And Toy Story, even though it's not my favorite movie, is still breathtaking. And they keep getting better and better with every movie, which I just don't see how. Pixar is just that good. I will have to give Toy Story one thing. They really know how to get to your heartstrings. They have moments that resonate with the audiences of all ages. I will say, when I do watch it, it is emotional. They really do take you on the journey in this movie. So it's much more of a deeper movie than I would say the Monsters University is. It's much more tugs at your heartstring a little bit more, where the Monsters University is much more lighthearted. Thank you so much for tuning in through this journey of comparing what are two of Pixar's best movies. Yes, Kathy, I said Toy Story 4 was one of its best movies. But it is. So I don't know who you're going to vote for. I know who I'm going to vote for. I think that's obvious throughout this video. But I do want to know who you guys are voting for. Toy Story is a groundbreaking film. It introduces us to the life of toys. It stars Woody, a cowboy doll, and Buzz Lightyear, a space ranger action figure. In the beginning, they don't like each other. So in this movie, we see them go from rivalries to a very strong friendship. It's a tale of loyalty, friendship, and this story resonates from little kids to adults. It's a movie for all ages.
Establish a recon post downstairs.
Code Red, repeat. We are at Code Red. Recon Plan Charlie. Execute.
You read me.
The story of two toys.
Oh, there's anywhere.
Hello? My name is Woody. This is my... You are a child's plaything!
You are a sad, strange little man.
And playing by their own rules. Draw! Me again. I don't like confront...
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Can't fly.
Yes, I can.
Can't.
Can.
Can't. The adventure
To infinity and beyond.
Toy Story.
Monsters Incorporated takes us to the world of monsters. We meet Sully and Mike, two employees at a company that is all about scaring children. It generates energy for their city. In this movie, things take a turn when they accidentally bring Boo to the monster city. And everybody's afraid of humans or children in the Monsters universe, which I think is hilarious and ironic. The movie is funny. It's about friendship, courage, and embracing differences. I love this movie. It has a lot of humor, a lot of emotions. It is a movie for all ages as well.
Fellas,
Hey, what's shaking, bacon?
did you lose weight or a limb?
Take you into the world behind your closet door.
Roz, you're looking fabulous today. Is that a new haircut?
We've always been afraid monsters were there,
Scary feet, scary feet, scary feet. Look, the kid's awake.
waiting to scare us. But what we didn't know is that we scared them.
What happened?
The kid almost touched me.
You can't touch a child, they're toxic. If a kid ever got through one of our doors, the results would figure.
Bucket.
Ah! Ah!
Kitty!
That thing is a killing machine.
Bill!
There's a kid here! A human kid!
To become a child.
Let's keep it. I always wanted a pet that can kill me.
What are you doing?
Monsters Incorporated.
Let's talk about the music. The music is so important to any film, especially Disney. In Toy Story, it features songs by Randy Newman. You Got a Friend in Me. I think this song has become synonymous with the film itself. I mean, you can't hear the song without thinking of Toy Story, even me. It perfectly matches the story. I think he did a great job with the music. The music from Toy Story is timeless and classic. So, great job. On the other hand, Monsters Incorporated, it's also fantastic, and also by Randy Newman. Actually, in Monsters Incorporated, he won an Academy Award for Best Original Song with If I Didn't Have You. Oh, I love this song. The music in both movies is whimsical, adventurous, and really makes the depths of each movie even better. So I think both soundtracks are equally as good. I can't actually pick one over each other. I like both soundtracks. So Disney, Pixar, good job. Let's dive into the animation style. Toy Story was groundbreaking. It was the first ever fully animated feature film. And it's incredible. The detail they have in there, and it's vibrant, it's colorful. It brings each of these toys to life. When you fast forward to 2001, what Pixar did with Monsters Incorporated and making that whole city of Metropolis, it's just next level of detail. All the characters they make, I mean, they made a whole city in Toy Story. They made a whole city in Monsters Incorporated. The technology that grew and Pixar's depth and how it just showcased where it was going, because Pixar has only gotten better and I just love it. I'm so excited to see what Pixar comes out with next, because every film just brings it to the next level. They just continue to get better. Let's talk about the storyline of each. Toy Story is about friendship. These toys come to life when the humans aren't around. And it's really cool to see Andy has his favorite toy, and then he has a new favorite toy. And it's interesting, the rivalry between Woody and Buzz Lightyear. And I love in the beginning, Buzz Lightyear does not know he's a toy. And Woody has to get that through to him. And even though Woody doesn't like Buzz Lightyear at first, they do become friends. And even though it's not my favorite of all the Pixar movies, I will say I love the friendships and I love the loyalty, and I love how all the toys kind of really work together and they play together, and they're their own kind of city. In Monsters Incorporated, we follow the monsters, Mike and Sully, as they get into a little bit of trouble having Boo outside her room. And we go on an adventure as their friendship really is tested in this, I think. And I love how they learn that this company that gets their energy from fear, they could get it from laughter. And they embrace the change. And even though they have a lot of obstacles in their way, they don't back down. They don't just give Boo over. They fight to get her back in her room, and they have a really cool adventure. I love the city they're in. I love all the characters. And my favorite character in that movie is Roz. So I think we should do a deep dive in the Roz. What do you guys think? So we're at the end now. It's up to you. Which movie is going to the next round?
If you're enjoying this video, hit that subscribe so you don't miss out on more fun. And please give us a like.
Unlikely friends became the heroes of Radiator Springs. Their next big road trip, only racing across the world.
Wish me luck. You go get him, buddy.
They're racing to save the world.
Can stop us.
Finn McMissile, British intelligence.
Tow Mater, average intelligence.
Tokyo International Airport.
Listen, this isn't Radiator Springs.
Americans are clearly master spies.
Oh, you've got to be joking.
10-4, Mater.
I'm on approach.
Roger that.
There he is. Whoa! I knew I should have done carry on.
Cars 2.
Good job.
Emotions.
Alright, let's talk about the music. My favorite part. Alright, let's talk about the music. My favorite part. Alright, Inside Out features incredible music that captures the ups and downs of Riley's emotions, and it's just like a roller coaster ride. It captures the fun, the joy, and even the sorrow moments with the music. It really takes us through it all. On the other hand, Cars 2, it's fast paced and its ups and downs with the music captures each of the spins that we go around as we race around in Cars 2. It complements the action-packed scenes perfectly. I love the music in both. I think it's really fun to see Cars 2 because I didn't know what the music would be like in Cars 2 because I don't think of Cars 1 as having a lot of great music. Sorry, but Cars 2, they complement those scenes perfectly. They definitely deliver. And they deliver in Inside Out. I don't know which one I would pick. Music's great in both. So let's talk about the animation. The animation in Inside Out, I mean, it's incredible how they bring each emotion to life with the animation. They capture the inner mind incredibly, and they bring it to life with its colors and little details. They bring each emotion, and you can see each emotions in their features before you even know which character they are. You can kind of identify them, which is really cool. Meanwhile, Cars 2 showcases a lot of details in countrysides, from Italians, from Italy's countryside, and the streets of Tokyo. The scenery in Cars 2 is incredible, and they really bring it to life in their animation. So, Pixar, they deliver. Let's talk about the storylines. Inside Out is all about the journey inside your mind. We get to meet characters that are accepted and not. Joy seems to be the head honcho, where sadness, they kind of try and hide her into the back. And this movie, we kind of learn you need to accept both, and both should be embraced. And we get that by the journey. And so Inside Out really tugs at your heartstrings, and it's all about growing up. However, Cars, it may not be something that tugs at your heartstrings, but it is something that's going to make you laugh. It's a thrilling ride, and it's fun, and it's spy themed, is just awesome. It's a great movie to watch if you just want to laugh and enjoy the ride. Both movies are fantastic. Finally, let's get into the numbers. Cars did really great. And Cars 2, well, it didn't disappoint. 562 million globally. That's incredible. For a second movie, wow. However, Inside Out, they did 857 million worldwide. That's amazing. And Cars, while great and fun, Cars 2 was really fun to watch. Inside Out seemed to have left a more lasting impact. Both movies, awesome in my book, though. So which film is going to get your vote in this Pixar bracket?
What the is this place?
What's your name, honey?
I'm Joe. I teach middle school band. Got it, go for it! Started out as the best day of my life.
My first show's at 7.
Yes! Woo! I got the gig!
Must have been sudden for you.
Wow! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Help! I'm not done! Oh my goodness! Huh? Is this heaven?
No, it's the great before. This is where new souls get their personalities, quirks, and interests before they go to Earth.
Meet 22.
I don't want to go to Earth.
Stop fighting this.
I don't want to. Hey, look, I already know everything about Earth, and I don't want anything to do with it.
Pizza. I can't smell. We can't taste either?
All that stuff is in your body.
No smell, no taste.
Or touch. See?
Wow. It's my life.
You're still alive?
Can you help me get back?
No way! Not me!
151,000 souls going to the great beyond every day, and I count every single one of them. The count's off.
Good afternoon. Are you in need of any assistance today, sir?
All his life, Carl Fredricksen dreamed of adventure. Today, his adventure is finally taking off.
Please let me in.
No. All right. Where are we?
My name is Doug.
Bruh!
My master made me this collar so that I may talk. Squirrel!
Yeah! What is that thing?
Oh! It likes me.
Shoot!
What is that?
Get him! Anyone know where they are?
Beep, 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 we'll never be lost. Oops.
Disney Pixar's Up.
Yo de acuerdo contigo. I use that collar. Watashiwa Hanashima.
Let's talk about the music. This is my favorite part of any movie. I love the music. I think when I hear the songs later, it always makes me think of the movies. So I think the music is so important. First up, let's talk about soul. It's a very jazzy influenced soundtrack. It takes us through the musical journey through the streets of New York. I love how the music is so important in this movie because of the story itself. So I think the composers, who I'm going to butcher their names, sorry before I say it, John Bassett, Trent Reznor, and Atticus Ross, they did an amazing job keeping this movie true to the story and keeping it resonating through audiences. I love the songs in Soul. It's just perfect. And the fact that he is a jazz player and the jazz movie music throughout the movie is incredible. On the other hand, let's talk about Up. Up's music is whimsical and heartwarming, and it really goes with the theme of the movie. It has this sort of adventurous kind of tune to it. I feel like Michael DiCiario, does an incredible job capturing the adventure of the movie with its music. Both soundtracks are incredible. It's hard to compare them because they are so different, especially because of Soul's really being about the music, where the music just enhances the story enough. So two very different things with the music. Let's talk about animation. Pixar does an incredible job with animation. Every film gets better and better. They use cutting edge animation technology that brings their movies to life. When we talk about Soul, you can't help but think of New York City and how it really makes the city pop and you feel like you're there. They do an incredible job. But what really impressed me about Soul was how they bring the great beyond to life in their animation, their colors. It's incredible. Now, while we talk about Up, the movie Up is known for its character designs, its incredible landscaping, and just the balloons in itself going up in the sky with the house. I mean, it's known for that. It has incredible animation in both films. Which one do you prefer? I know that I love both, and it depends what mood I'm in. I love Soul for the journey it takes us on, and I love Up for the same reason. Two different journeys, but they kind of are tied together a little bit. Let's get into that. So let's get into the story. The story of any film is so important. The comparison with Soul and Up is sort of easy. They're both about loss a little bit. Obviously, in Soul, we see Joe Gardner go to the great beyond. He's a musicals teacher that dreams of becoming a jazz musician. But on that journey, it seems that he's lost his life. And isn't that hard? And in Up, we see Carl, who's lost his wife and is trying to fulfill his last kind of adventure that he dreamed about with her, his lifelong dream. And both men are on incredible journeys. As Joe Gardner learns that becoming a music teacher is not just the backup job, and Carl learns that it's not the last adventure, it's just an adventure, because he's been on one the whole time. I love both men growing and learning in their stories. I love how Joe Gardner learned to embrace who he is, and the gift that he gives to those students is beautiful. I love that Carl really comes to life because of a young Boy Scout, who brings him back. Because even though he pretends to be a grumpy old man, he's an old man who really still cares. Both stories are incredible, and I love both adventures. I don't know why one hits different times for me and one hits other times. Up, I think when I'm in a romantic kind of mood, I want to see Up. And when I want to be uplifted and remember what a gift everything is, I watch Soul. So those are the reasons I love both movies. So let's talk about the box office success. Up, who came out in 2009, it was a different time, and they boasted $735 million worldwide. Wow, they grossed that. That's incredible. Soul had a different journey to take, though. Soul came out during the pandemic, and that's really hard. And Disney gave us a gift by having Soul premiere on Disney Plus. And so for a lot of us who were stuck in the house at the time, or all of us who were, that was such a beautiful gift Disney gave us. And so Soul kind of hits right here for us. And for many of us who unfortunately had to lose some loved ones during that time, it was a great story. and showing the great beyond. So, as you can tell, I get a little emotional thinking about Soul and when it came out. So, both movies were great successes in their own for different reasons. Obviously, the gross over $735 million worldwide for Up is incredible, but the impact of Disney giving the gift of Up being premiered on Disney Plus at a time we kind of really needed something inspiring kind of hits, I think, as a different sort of success. Both incredible gifts, though. Thank you so much for joining me. This week we had Up and Soul. And who goes on to the next is up to you.
Are about to become the biggest brand in racing. Product endorsements. Ciao! You think you're famous now? We'll be rich beyond belief.
What is this about?
Your legacy. You damage yourself. I'm sorry. Your racing days are coming to an end.
Day wasn't his last.
I decide when I'm done.
How you feeling?
Same old thing. It won't work.
It's futile to resist change, man.
You know what I'd do?
What?
I don't know. I got nothing.
I call you my senior project. Whoa, 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 whoa! Huh? The beach ate me. Ever recorded.
Storm's been setting.
Have you given any thought to retirement?
And the Queen, over here. This is my last chance, Cruz. Last. If I lose, I never get to do this again.
Be afraid of not having the chance. You have the chance.
You'll never be as fast as Storm, but you can be smarter than him.
Go, McQueen!
I saw something that day. Something I'll not forget. It stands 12 feet tall, with razor-sharp claws. His hide littered with the weapons of fallen warriors. His face scarred with one dead eye. I drew my sword and...
Chomp! Dad's leg was clean off!
Oh, that's my favorite part.
With our laws, the firstborn of each of the great leaders must prove their worth. Merida, stop! A lady enjoys elegant pursuit.
I present my only son. He took out a whole armada single-handedly. He was... With one arm, he was steering the ship.
Freedom!
Pay the price your freedom will cost.
Careful what you wish for, my mother would say.
What's the worst that could happen? No more fighting! Show a little decorum!
If you had the chance to change your fate, would you?
Let's talk about the music. Cars 3, the music fits it perfectly with its kind of revved up kind of soundtrack. I love that it has Brad Paisley in there. I'm a huge country music fan, and it has ZZ Ward, and I think they do an incredible soundtrack for this movie. It's just awesome. Brave, now, it's definitely different. You get more of the Scottish feel for it. Brave, and I love the Celtic-inspired score by Patrick Doyle. I think he does an incredible job in this movie with the music. I mean, the soundtrack really brings the film to life. I think the music is essential. So the animation style, Pixar does not disappoint. Now in Cars 3, we see it's just like its other two Cars movies. It has these cars come to life. And the landscaping in this movie, I mean, they get better and better each time with Pixar, and Cars 3 does not disappoint. Now Brave, on the other hand, very different. We have the back set of Scotland, and I love the floral forest and everything like that. But I think what's really special about this is how you see the mischievous little brothers in the movie, and how those 3 little brothers become 3 little bears. And I love how they capture their personalities even in the bears. So I think that's really fun. I think Pixar did a great job of turning 3 little boys into 3 little bears. Now let's get into the stories. Cars 3 is all about Lightning McQueen, and he has to face this whole new challenge on the racetrack that he's never faced before. And it's about discovery, and it's about growing. And I really love how Lightning McQueen is like the little boys in life. He's growing up, he's learning new things, and he's facing brand new challenges. Meanwhile, in Brave, we have Meredith's journey. And Meredith's journey is a journey of self-growth, but it's also about the family bond. And I love how she, in the beginning of the movie, we see her trying to be so independent and on her own. But at the end of the day, what makes her strong is her bond with her family. And she has to learn that. And she does. She learns that the stories that her mother is telling, those stories are her stories. They're her history. So I love the bond between the mother and daughter because it's so relatable. And I think it's so cool that Merida really grew up in just a moment, just in time to save her mom. Now finally, let's talk about the money. Now, money makes a big difference in the world. Cars 3 did incredible, especially for the 3rd movie in the trilogy, as I call it. It boxed office $383 million, and that's just incredible for a 3rd movie. Brave, however, did $540 million. Both movies are definitely fan favorites and have definitely stood the test of the short time they've both been out. I think they're both awesome movies. So let's wrap up. It's really hard to choose. Pixar movies are incredible. Now, Brave and Cars 3 are as different as we're going to get on this list, though. So, are you voting for Cars with the race cars? Are you going with Brave, a different kind of princess? Which one resonates with you?
Watch out! No, just keep playing. Just pretend I'm not here.
With it all. Andy's going to college. Can you believe it? Mom, I'm not leaving till Friday. What are you going to do with these old toys? 'Cause I'm never losing you.
We all knew this day was coming.
We're getting thrown away.
No, no one's getting thrown away.
We ain't ever getting played with.
Be hysterical.
Now, yes, maybe, but not right now.
Come on, let's see how much we're going for on eBay.
I'm gonna get played with.
Where's my nose?
Give me that. That's mine.
The mustache?
We're busting out of here.
On 3.
To infinity and beyond.
To reset your Buzz Lightyear, insert paperclip.
Rex, use your finger.
Did you fix Buzz?
Bitácora espacial.
Sort of.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. Return of the Astronaut.
Focus. Speed.
Hey, Lightning, you ready?
Oh, yeah.
The rookie sensation came into the season unknown, but everyone knows him now.
You're my hero, Mr. McQueen.
Fred, thank you.
He knows my name. He knows my name.
Holy Portia.
Ow!
Where am I?
You're in Radiator Springs, the cutest little town in Carburetor County.
Hey, that's that. You need a new paint job, man.
All rise.
This place is crazy.
I
gotta get out of here.
You're funny. I like you already.
Folks around here are not firing on all cylinders, if you know what I mean. Doc, hold it.
These are good folk around here who care about one another.
Come on, let's take a drive.
A drive?
Don't you big city race cars ever just take a drive?
No. Look, and they're driving right by. They don't even know what they're missing.
40 years ago, that interstate didn't exist. I passed just to save 10 minutes of driving.
When is the last time you cared about something except yourself, Hot Rod?
You got two back there?
Oh, you saw that?
What's so important about this race of yours?
I've been dreaming about it my whole life.
A guy who thought he had it all, about to discover everything he's been missing.
Good choice.
In what?
My best friend.
There's a lot of love out there, you know, man.
Did I scare you?
Well, a little bit, but I'll be all right.
So let's talk about the music. I love the music in Toy Story 3. I am not a huge Toy Story fan. Sorry, Kathleen, but I'm not. But the music, I have to say, they do an amazing job. The music is very nostalgia. It's by Randy Newman, and he's brought us classics like You Got a Friend in Me. I mean, even if you're not a Toy Story fan, that is one amazing song. You gotta give it to him. And I love that the music has us laughing and crying right along with our favorite toys. So I think the music is so important in Toy Story. On the other hand, we have Cars. And music may not have been made exactly for Cars, but man, does it seem like it was. We have mixtures from rock and from country. Now, I love my country music, and I was really excited to see music by Sheryl Crow and Rascal Flatts in this, because Sheryl Crow, I mean, she's just iconic. And Rascal Flatts, if you're a country fan, I mean, who's bigger than Rascal Flatts? Well, maybe King George. Anyway, the music is amazing in this movie. I think it really goes with the ups and downs of the race, and they capture it perfectly. I think this soundtrack is perfect when you're in the car too. So Cars did a perfect job with their soundtrack, because you definitely want to have this soundtrack in your car. Now let's talk about the animation and the style. Toy Story, I mean, I will have to say Toy Story gets better each movie. With the attention to details, they bring these toys to life in a way that they really seem like they're alive. And then when they drop down and they pretend to be toys again, it's incredible. They really do an amazing job making us really get into our characters by making them so realistic. So Pixar, wow, does an incredible job with all their movies, and Toy Story just gets better with each movie. Meanwhile, let's talk about Cars. Cars does a fantastic job of bringing the cars to life and giving them each personality with the animation style they do. And I think I really love about Cars is the landscapes are imagined by real life landscapes in places in the world that some of us may never have seen. And our children, it really brings them to different places in the world. So I think Cars is a vibrant and different kind of style than Toy Story, where they build the world around the toys, where in Cars, I really feel they bring the cars to the world. So I don't know if that makes sense, but I think that both Pixar movies are incredible, but Toy Story is about the toys, and I feel like Cars, it's about the journey, if that makes any sense. Now let's talk about the stories. Toy Story 3, do not watch this without a box of tissues, because man, is it a journey. It's in a roller coaster as we see Andy growing up and the natural changes that happen when you grow up. And I love that the toys have to face the reality of growing up and moving on, as Andy has to. But their tales of friendship are still there, and it's really a bittersweet kind of movie. But it's definitely realistic and brings reality to the story of Andy. Now let's talk about Cars. I love Cars, but in the beginning, it's all about Lightning McQueen. And Lightning McQueen has to figure out he's not the only thing that matters. It's about self-discovery and finding a world outside the racetracks. And that one's life purpose isn't about winning. And it's about the community and humility. And I love Cars for the life lesson that it gives. and it's just really sweet. Again, you'll need a box of tissues for certain scenes. Now, finally, let's talk about this box office success or its failure. Toy Story 3 was a massive hit. It grossed over $1 billion worldwide, earning it acclaims for its storytelling and emotional depth. I have to say, Toy Story 3, I'm not a huge Toy Story fan, but I feel like this movie really showcases what kids really do go through. We grow up and we move on from our toys. Well, some of us do. But it really is a life lesson, and I love Toy Story 3 for its realistic and realism that it brings. And I think that it definitely deserved the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature. It really did bring it. Now let's talk about Cars. Cars was not a success at the box office. I know, huge shocker, considering how big and how many franchises it has led to today. But it was not a box office success. It wasn't a smash right out of the gates. But it wormed its way into all our hearts. And for this, it did get sequels. And it got merchandise. And it has become one of Disney's iconic movies. And Pixar, you did it again. So great job to both movies. And I think it's amazing that Toy Story 3, being the third in the legacy, really brought it at the box office. You gotta give it to them. Well, there you have it, folks. 2 incredible films, and I can't wait to see who moves on to the next round.
Thank you for joining us today, and remember to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss when round 2 videos start soon. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help the channel. Until next time, keep dreaming big and spreading that Disney magic wherever you go. Remember, start with love, end with kindness, and find a reason to smile today. See you real soon.